Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to record it also and just do the audio as a separate track like I normally do. But today is Monday the 8th. We've had some chances to get together and do some stretching and some other mobility exercises. And I really thank you for your feedback and giving me the chance to show you what I've been working on for the last couple of years. So now that we are back together, we know that today's movie Monday is Circle of Friends. Welcome, friends. I've missed you so. But as we go through our writings and journaling and book reading and our discussions, and our music selections and our movie selections, our TV selections, and all the things that we've been working on, putting them all together. I hope that it will explain a lot. So today is the 8th, and in our readings of the Meditations from the Mat, tomorrow is going to be a pretty rough day. So I wanted to discuss today not only what we were doing for our stretching and our mobility, our understanding of our bodies. I also want to talk about suicide. So it's a real thing. So it's not something that we want to skate around, and we will not skate around it. We will be truthful and vulnerable in this setting. We are here together. That's why I really want you to embrace the spiritual names. So my spiritual name is City, spelled SIRIGET, and that is a great sound hearing. Just hear the sounds very well. I explained my name before, my spiritual name. And also, there are 3 links that are also available that link down in the description if you'd like, if you haven't got your script. We will choose Mobility Monday and also another freedom. Are doing it for you already. Forgiveness Krya, which I highly recommend. I am doing another 40 days with Forgiveness Krya. And also to body forgiveness meditation. So I'm really excited to share all the breakthroughs. We're also talking about our feet. So for those of you that have been doing Sarah Beth Yoga, the feet series for feet, for strong, healthy feet, I'd highly recommend that. As we're learning more about self-awareness, our emotions, how to sit with our emotions, especially if we're in something like when we're doing the breath of fire. I all have experienced that. We're purposely building that friction, pressure, and stress, various parts of our bodies to purposely poke and provoke ourselves into a reaction. And in that reaction, you're sitting with that emotion. And whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whether it's irritation, you're sitting with it. So you're training your body to sit with it, and you're using your breath. And sometimes you're using that mantra, that sat nam in your head as you're breathing to sit through that emotion or whatever exercise we're doing. And your feet become very important with that because your feet placements. And we'll discuss that. Let's just start right now. Your placement of your feet is extremely important. If your feet are splayed like this all the time, if you stand up now and or notice, or when you're standing in line at a grocery store, you might have a foot kicked out, or you just might be mindful of your foot position and your posture, because the feet show your direction in life. So if your feet are always pointing to another side instead of, forward, you're not necessarily moving forward. And as we've discussed, forgiving is actually a giving forward, moving forward, leaving that stuff in the past and bringing things forward. So if your feet are facing forward, it's just easier to kind of take those steps forward into that forgiveness. So that's one of the things that we discuss. We also know that you can choose, like when we're doing our mobility exercises, not necessarily yoga, we're usually always barefoot, or you might be wearing socks, which is a good thing. If you are doing like our mobility exercises, even a little bit of Zumba, when we're doing our Zumba, you'll notice that I don't wear shoes. I typically barefoot when I am doing these exercises. And that pretty much is because I want to strengthen my feet. And after doing Sarah Beth Yoga Healthy Feet series, I highly recommend the app. I can't talk more about my recommendation of Sarah Beth's app. Is you're strengthening muscles that you normally would not strengthen, and that get weak over time. And your feet are the base of your body. So you want to be able to have healthy feet and to be mindful of your foot position throughout the day, and realize that, yeah, when your feet are going forward, it's easy. It's easier to be motivated and have the intention to walk around in your highest self. So let's see here. Yes, you live in an attunement, your entire physiology comes into alignment. So just starting at the base with your feet can keep you in alignment. So let's go back to our meditations from the mat and speak about what will be read tomorrow. So, suicide. It's a natural state, and as we've read and discussed, and as Guru Singh has explained and really brought clarity to the fact that the feelings of suicide and suicidal ideations is nothing foreign, it's nothing new. It is a symptom. If you are a sensitive person like I am, and you can feel those feelings, that it's brought up more, especially as you are practicing more yoga and getting in touch with your own self awareness. You may come into this deep saddening or this deep feeling of You don't want to be here anymore. And I have that feeling often. And when that feeling comes around, I really have to dig deep and use my tools. And knowing that these emotions and these feelings is a common thing, and to know when to step back and to sit and experience it, or become vulnerable and reach out to my support system for that ease and clarity. That's another tool, is to reach out to your support system. So tomorrow we will be reading about Miriam, and that is Rolf's sister that committed suicide while he was going through his journey in yoga. So when we read that, it says, "We are beaten and by the wind, blown by the wind. Oh, when I go there with you. It's all I can do." And that's some lyrics from U2 song. And this day 9, which will be tomorrow, it says, about 6 months after I began my spiritual practice in earnest, my older sister committed suicide. So being the outsider looking in, knowing how it feels, or that taking those steps to actually go and end your life. Reading this really does do things to me. It moves me. And so I wanted to share with you before you actually read it that this is very visceral for me when I read it, because I can just feel, not only, I don't know what Miriam was going through at that time, but he does explain a little bit before, that she was married, she just got married, and all these different things. But knowing what we know about suicidal ideation and the feelings that come with it, we know that it's not a choice. It really is like an imbalance. It is a symptom. It is a taking in of all the going ons that are around you, especially things that you can't do anything about, that are not within your control. So taking those things in and basically digesting them and not processing them will lead to some of those suicidal ideations, and actually putting in a plan, or taking those steps. No matter how close you get to actually completing the suicide, is a slippery slope there. That's why in this self-awareness class, I encourage not bringing in outside stuff like alcohol or any sort of drugs as a coping mechanism, because if those suicidal ideation feelings come about and you're really feeling like this is going to be the day, this is going to be the end of me, my existence, that alcohol and drugs are not going to be able to stop you. It's not going to be able to allow you to reach out for your tools, whether your tool is going for your support system, whether your tool is meditation, or hopefully it is some sort of yoga practice that you can reach for. And your breathing, your breath is the quickest and the most effective way of changing your mindset and diverting some of that impulsiveness that can be dulled and ignored if you do have alcohol or drug in your system. That's a coping mechanism. So again, I don't want to be a downer, and we'll never be a downer in this one because this is not what we do here. We talk candidly and we try and be vulnerable and authentic and truthful in what we speak about. And feeling like you don't want to be here anymore is a real, true thing. And I struggle with it all the time. That's why I take my morning sadhana or my morning practice with yoga. Very, very important. Same thing with that daily workout, just moving my body. It's extremely important because as we talked about, the body holds a lot of things. It holds a lot of trauma. It holds a lot of emotions. That just the physical movement, just moving more during the day. If you can get it done in the morning before you even, do the phone, start your day, start talking to someone else, having that internal dialogue and having that relationship with the self and God. Whatever your God is, your God of your own knowing. I love that when Rolf says it like that, a God of your own knowing. It is a powerful thing that really can get you into that. Okay, I'm okay with staying here, with living. And sometimes that's all that you need is I'm okay. I'm okay with living today, living this hour, living this whatever it is time frame. Being present and staying present is extremely important. So yes, tomorrow we're reading this. It may be triggering, or it might be a little bit sad, right? So yeah, I think that is where we are going to. This is one of my books that I just absolutely love. Thank you so much, Basha, for giving me this wonderful gift. I use it every single day, and it's like 365 days. It's wonderful. It was good. I do this like every new year, so I'll bring this book out. That's why I've got my um, sticky notes, and I've got my index cards in everywhere because I use this every day. It's really part of my life. The Kriya that we're going to do is the Kriya for forgiveness. So some of you have already seen this, some of you are already doing this. So I welcome you to, if you don't want to stay, you can say goodbye now. But if you would like to continue with the Kriya for forgiveness, we'll be starting it now. Let's So I can make sure that we're not going over time. So I want to make sure that I am mindful of your time. Give me a minute. I get my phone. Meditations from the mat. All right. So let me go ahead and get my timer going. And in Kundalini Yoga, if you are new to class, we don't use music. It's very, you're introspective. So a lot of the poses are, you're monitoring your breath. So the music is distracting. So playlist. And there probably won't be a playlist, but I always welcome music. Yeah, beginning class before we start. We're really doing mantra and seconds. Head, but there is a posture that you really need to get your mind focused. Kundalini yoga, yoga of awareness. It also is an all over body workout. It takes into account the neurological centers of your body. I get a little closer because I don't know if you can elaborate this. The audio is going to be recording, but it takes into account the three neurological centers of your body. So the human body has three brains, not just the one that you're just running around like a monkey. It your gut brain. You've probably heard of that if you have taken any other classes or have been doing some sort of self discovery. You have a gut brain. That is your instinctual brain. That is a neurological center right there at the core. If you've taken any martial arts, that is your dantian. That is center point of your body, and it's the root of your emotional nervous system. Your vagus nerve, it starts down in the gut brain area, along with a lot of other neurological bundles right there. Then you have your heart brain, and that is another neurological center. There's just a lot of nerves right in there, and it branches out, and it's right in this area. Same thing. You've got your vagus nerve that wanders around the body. There's a nice little part here, right at the heart brain. Then you have your analytical brain, which is always the right, wrong, black, white, this or that is always doing that comparison. When you align your three brains, that's when you have more of a grounding and more of a sense of self. So that's what we do in yoga. So we try and get those three parts of your body into. And the way that we do it very quickly is we tune in using a mantra. And that is a mantra called Om, O-N-G, Namo, N-A-M-O, Om Namo, Guru De Namo. And it's kind of like you're dialing in to those three brains because the sounds that the mantra makes are actually the sounds or seed sounds. So they're sounds that your body is used to, and it vibrates in that frequency that settles and balances and connects those three brains. So that's what the tune in means on Namo Gurudev Namo. That's just basically what it means. It's really just a dialing in. If you are uncomfortable chanting, I won't take offense to it, but just know what it is doing. It is helping align those three brains. It does it quickly. That's what I like about Kundalini yoga, is that things are quick. It's not something that is just there to just do and it's not doing anything. They're designed to poke and provoke. They're designed to work because Kundalini yoga is a yoga of householders. So when we describe a house, we're describing ourselves, our bodies, our meat suit, some people call this your vessel, your vessel for your soul, your spirit. It's your body. So you're not out, you know, in some remote destination, just meditating and getting one with yourself. You're not doing that. You're, you know, probably a mom, or probably a dad, and you're uh, a teacher or whatever your job is. It is not something that you are, escaping from when you're doing this type of yoga. You're actually building your self awareness and understanding that you're taking this time to process, either whether it's emotions, process just yourself, to go out and be a better parent, be the best worker, whatever whatever you do for your job, because that's how you hold your house. You take care of business, if you will, but you want to take care of business in a light and you know your true self, not running around with your emotions all exposed. So let's go ahead and tune in. And again, we're going to be doing the forgiveness Kriya. And forgiveness Kriya is about 42 minutes. It has meditation, has relaxation. I think there's some relaxation. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Might lose the sound. So sorry. But we will. Have that set up. So we put our hands together at heart center in a mudra we call rare mudra. So it's right here. We're going to have our thumb knuckles right at our sternum, and that activates the vagus nerve. We've spoken about the vagus nerve. It's the largest nerve of the body, of the nervous system, and activating that really helps to ground and to set yourself up to be calm. So it activates that parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest. Let's get started. And we're going to inhale, push the belly up. Exhale, push the belly out. Gently close your eyes and roll your eyes up and in to look at the middle of your forehead. Inhale, push the belly up. Exhale. Inhale deeply to tune in. Om Ram Guru De Nam. Om Ram Guru De Om Namo Buddhaye. Inhale, suspend. Lock on the root lock. Exhale as you need to. Palms face down on the knees. And what I want you to do is to just observe your breath. Push the belly out. Pushing the belly about and pulling up on the pelvic floor. Try that if it's comfortable. And exhale, push the belly all the way out. When you exhale all the air out of your lungs, it helps to reduce panic. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Now, the next exercise is what we call Sufi grind. That is the most common exercise that we do. So you inhale, forward circle, forward, and then you exhale, and you just come back. Inhale. Keep your head and neck in a neutral position. And just rotate. You're loosening up the hips and the waist. Long, deep breathing. Inhale forward. Relax the shoulders. So, and then exhale, numb. So, it's just the sound of the breath. Numb is the sound of the exhale. So, that's the sound of the inhale. And this sub numb, you're thinking in your head. It's not as something that you're saying out loud. A few more. Reverse the direction. Now, this forgiveness Kriya helps us grow and get out of our comfort zone to do something different, to take that risk, to move forward. Inhale, stop the movement, push the belly out. You can turn your hands over if you like, to just receive, or you can keep them feet palm down to keep your grounding. Exhale as you need to. Now the next exercise is an extended body movement. It helps to open up the chest, neck, throat, and spinal flex. So do it very slowly. So you want to inhale and let the neck and your head fall back. And then as you exhale, you want to slouch forward. to stretch out the shoulders. So bring your hands down here. And if you're in a chair or a wheelchair, you want to keep your hands up here. Let you want to inhale and then exhale. This we're going to do slowly and breathe through your nose. Exhale. Again, you can think sat, nam. We're stimulating the diaphragm in this exercise along with our neck. And we're shrugging the burden load off of our shoulders as we come back. So the nervous system is being activated through the breath, through the inhale, and then through the exhale as we slouch back. Opening and closing. Now, our biological anatomy is individual for each person. So when we synchronize using our breath and gentle movement, we can really get into our nervous system. And we clear our emotions. And we can process and have some clarity when we start thinking about things that we want to do, how we want to grow, how we want to change, what we are inspired to do for our purpose. So we have a few more to do. Just keep your focus stopped. Inhale forward. Release your hands to your thighs. And then exhale as you need to. Just experience that feeling, that openness in the chest and the back. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale as you push the belly in. Now, the next exercise is where Kundalini yoga and all the martial arts like Tai Chi and Kung Fu come back and they become similar. It is because it is a martial arts movement. Martial arts is a healing art. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fist. So we're going to take our thumb, we're going to put it in, and we're going to fold, gently fold the fingers over the thumb. It's just going to make a nice cozy cocoon for your thumb. Don't squeeze them, just very gently. And we're going to take our fist. We're going to put it right in front of our shoulders. And what we're going to do is we're going to punch forward as we exhale through our lips. Inhale as you put your arm back, and then exhale. And you're going to punch and turn your fist over. So we're going to get a little rotation. So you exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And you're still going to do that body movement or your stomach movement. Inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, push it in. Even as you're breathing through your mouth. And we spoke about when you exhale through pursed lips, how that activates your parasympathetic nervous system also. So all of these things very quickly get your nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system activated. So let's just do some more. And you can gently close your eyes and visualize that whatever it is that has gotten the best of you, whether it's something, someone that you have to forgive, whatever that is. You can close your eyes and visualize. Now, we don't want to be too violent, but this is a punching movement. So if it helps to visualize punching, whatever that is that's gotten the best of you, you'll be able to process whatever those emotions are. But we want to be very intentional in this movement, especially since we are activating our nervous system and activating our desire to move forward, to give forward, to forgive. So be very mindful and intentional of your movements. Now we're going to double time. Let's speed it up. Keep going, staying present and focused. Just a few more before we change to both hands out on the exhale. Inhale, both hands in. Exhale, both hands out. So the last bit of this exercise, don't squeeze the thumb. Be mindful of your breath. Push the belly out on the inhale. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Open your hands. Keep your breath held. Push the belly out. Exhale as you need to. You can get your hands, palms facing down for grounding. or up if you want more receiving. Experience the sensation of the equality of the score. When your body, your biochemistry, your own body understands that there's no more danger and it can forgive, it will let go. It will help to let go. So, balancing your biometry or your biochemistry is extremely important. This is what these exercises do. Okay, now that we stirred up some blood, we're going to circulate all of that blood through our abdomen to clear the emotional pathways that live there. Like I just felt my stomach, let's let go. I get nervous with these classes, so I hold a lot of tension here. So just those little exercises help. So the next thing that we're going to do, if you're in a chair, what you're going to do is just have your arms straight out. And you're going to do the breath as it still moves. But if you're on the mat, you're going to be laying down with your arms and your legs straight up in the air. This allows the blood to circulate. And we're going to do breath of fire. Or if you're not wanting to do breath of fire, that's not for you today. You're going to be doing all deep breathing. Keep your legs together. So now relax the shoulders. This is a difficult position. Again, use that one. Fire. Fast. Slow as you move. Just you're moving that blood. And breathe. You're active. Breathe. Inhale. Suspend. Exhale and bring your knees to your chest. Feet to that. Close the lips. I'm going to do a something bridge. So if you're in a bridge with here. Like that, bridge pose. You're here. You're in a chair. It's very much like this. Think a little bit more. So take a breath. And if you don't, all you have to do is this. Just come right back down. So one, do a bridge. And we're do a breath of fire. Okay. Put your neck in alignment. Try not to block that. All right. But just in alignment. Just training your body. In an uncomfortable position. Remember yourself. No. You're in the chair. You're here. You can always proprioceptively be in bridge pose. Experience your own equality. A lot of forgiveness is self-forgiveness too. Inhale, suspend the breath. And as you exhale, come sitting back down in easy pose. And just experience that equality. Feel the blood coursing through your system. Experience the sensation of experience. Heart pumping. Experience that breath. Some of these sensations can be very intense. Just sit with it and feel it. A lot of the explanations will come to you. So now we want to come and bring more force into our abdomen. So this is a little bit tricky. So I typically have maybe a pillow or something here on my foot. That's what happens. Let me see. Yeah. So if your foot is out and your thing is here, so we're going to embrace your knee and we're going to lift this foot about 6 inches. And we're going to take long, deep breathings to center our down here. So just inhale. So that's why I typically have something here. Because we're kicking this leg out. And again, if you're in a chair, you can do this. You can just have your arms here and breathe. You're inhaling, pushing the belly out. Exhaling, pushing it back in. So inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale and immediately switch out left. Long, deep breath. Again, if you're in the chair, it looks like this. You're just deep breathing. You'll be amazed how much deep breathing does center the body. On the mat, pushing the belly out and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to go into crow pose. If you can't get your heels all the way down, roll up your mat. Now, aren't you going to be on our sides? So we have to do that. And then we inhale exhale, inhale, exhale. More chairs. And it looks like, so I cannot get my heels all the way down, but it looks like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So when you open your arms, embrace what's not forgiven. And if you're in a chase, as always, you're just going to be doing the upper body. So inhale, still works. Exhale, inhale, exhale. When you're in crow pose, it's just opening up that lower triangle that we discussed before. Because this right here is part of that heart brain. That's why we embrace people with our arms. Little move back. And when you hug, that is where you're bringing in that energy, that love. And this forgiveness Kriya, actually, when it's devoting a lot of sensation, a lot of movement in this chest area for your heart brain. When your gut brain and your heart brain are together, you really do emanate feelings of love for others and yourself. Inhale. Exhale as you need to. Just come to that sensation. Now we're going to come upright and we're going to invert. We just come to see, gently see. Let some of the blood come in here. Now, if you're in a chair or wheelchair, we're going to lean forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of like half. I'm going to come this way here. I was standing. I forgot about that. But what we're going to do, we're going to inhale. And then we're going to exhale. Cross our arms over. Cross over and exhale. Inhale. Hands are out to the side, like airplane arms. And then on the exhale, we're going to cross them over to the opposite shoulder. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to alternate. Touching the other shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And much more. Inhale. Exhale. This exercise is training the body to embrace all of the moments, no matter what the makeup of that moment is. We're training the body just to get to attempt all of those moments. So if you're in a chair or wheelchair, you're just going to come forward and do whatever you can do with your arms. Just make it feel good. Again, we have this proprioceptive ability. So if you can visualize, just do the breath. It's still very powerful for your biometry. Inhale, arms out. Exhale. Come down onto your hands and knees. Sit back. If that's comfortable. This is called rock pose in Kundalini. It may be called hero pose in yoga, but this is what it is. Make sure you don't have your feet all sweaty. You want to have them here. If that's uncomfortable, you can put them on for a minute. So if you're on the mat, we're going to be taking a nice Shavasana. So you're going to lie on your back, might be called corpse pose. But you're just going to lie down on your back. If you're going to, just relax into whatever seat you are in. And relaxing our bodies. Relax your feet, your legs and hips. Relax your pelvis, relax your hips. Relax your lower spine. Relax your arms, your shoulders. Relax your hips. Relax your jaw and eyes. Deeply relax your neck and throat. Relax your forehead. Take a deep inhale. Deep one. Exhale slowly. And exhale. Just relax the breath. Just Experience release and everything else. I'm taking this. Begin wiggling your toes and fingers. Start stretching. Vigorously rub the palms and the soles of your feet. Just to activate all of those thousands of nerve endings. And then bring your shoulder, your knees to your chest. Roll on your spine a couple times. And then come meet me in sitting position so we can do our meditation. And the mantra chant that we are going to do is very simple. It's just, I forgive you, I forgive you, and I forgive myself too. You can have your hands here, or you can take this other mudra where we're projecting and receiving, whichever is more comfortable. The same benefit is going to happen. This is the mudra we take when we close, and we close with a long sat nam. And it's a sa nam. Sa nam. Right. That is the sound of your breath. And that is the truth. It's your identity. So let's begin. I forgive you. I forgive you. And I forgive myself too. Take it here. Here. I forgive you. I forgive you. And I forgive myself too. You can gently close your eyes and roll your eyes up and to look at your middle of your forehead. So to inhale. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive myself too. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive myself too. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive myself too. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive myself too. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive myself too. Bring your hands together at heart center if they are not at heart center already. And we are going to just breathe and then I'm going to close the class. Thank you so much for being here. But we're going to do a long satnam. Some classes will do a long time song, but sometimes we won't. A long time song is a very, very kind and loving song. It helps to close the class, center us, and wishes us well. But today we're going to just close with a long satnam. So let's take a couple of breaths just to seal our practice. Inhale and exhale slowly. Big inhale, push the belly out. And exhale. And inhale to tune out. Sa. Nam. Thank you so much for joining us. Our mobility time is really early in the morning, 4:20 for those of us in the States, Colorado, or Pacific time in California. It's 5:20 Central Time, or even a little bit later. We start class usually about 5 minutes after the 20-minute mark. So we can just get into our mindset of doing our daily sadhana in the morning and to answer any questions or to just introduce ourselves once again and to get our spiritual names renamed. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.